Hi, my name is Brian Murray, licensed mental health counselor with the LifeWorks group, and I am located in Winter Park, Florida, which is near Orlando. And I am a relationship counselor. I specialize in relationships. And what does that mean? Well, um, I'm licensed to diagnose anxiety, depression, other mood disorders. I do specialize in personality disorders, narcissism, borderline. There's 10 of them out there in the world. Personality disorders. Do I treat all of them? No, except for borderline. I will work with borderline. However, I do specialize in relationships. I've discovered over the years that most people, their mental health issues, whether it be anxiety, depression, something else, can often be attributed to a relationship issue. Once I discovered that, I realized that that is the core root of most of the things that we suffer from in the mental health arena. And one of the things that, well, there's a few exceptions, schizophrenia, bipolar, things like that. There are certain things that need medication. However, for the sake of this video and the videos that I do here, are based on relationship issues that create discomfort in us. And this discomfort often manifests as some level of distress in our life. Now, relationships can be romantic, marriage, dating, work relationships, family members, a boss, anybody that you have a relationship in any part of your life is something that I work with people. Areas that I specialize in, particularly, are people who find themselves in a relationship with someone such as a narcissist, where they're running into someone who is completely toxic and is causing all kinds of relationship problems with them. This person may be in need of boundaries training to understand how to better protect themselves about being in a relationship with someone who's a narcissist. And unfortunately, there are times where the relationship has to end. So, what do you do if you're feeling anxious and you're feeling like, well, I just don't know what to do with this person in my life? And as a result, I get asked a lot of questions, and the questions that I get asked are, what do I do in a particular situation where I'm being treated a certain way, and I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to draw a boundary. I don't know what to say to this person, and they just completely overwhelm me and dominate me with their toxic personality. So these are the kind of things that I talk about on here. And what I want to talk about now is I do get a lot of emails. I do get consultations from people online and by telephone and things like this. And I came up with an idea. And my idea is I'm going to post some of these questions on here, and then I'm going to turn around and put them in a video. No, these are not session. I'm not violating confidentiality or anything like that. So but I do get asked these questions, and so I thought that, well, if people have these questions, then it might be helpful to put them in a video and put them out there in the world. So this is the first video where I'm going to be doing that. And so I've already got a list of questions here because they come at me just about daily. What do I do here? What do I do there? And so forth. These are consults. These are emails. These are, some of them are forums, social media, things like this. So the one that I've been running into a lot lately, it doesn't ask this question specifically the way that I'm going to say it here. But the question that it's asking, really, if you drill down into it, how do you stop being a people pleaser? Often a people pleaser is the type of person who can't say no to a question or a demand or a request of me, something where I would rather have said no, but I said yes instead. And then later on, I end up with anger and resentment because I didn't have enough something about me that was able to say, you know what, I don't want to do that. But I said yes anyway, and now I'm living with these negative feelings that I don't know what to do with. Well, that's kind of along the lines of a people pleaser. So how do we stop doing that? And these are the kind of questions I get. What do I do about it? We just don't know. I mean, could I send them to a book? Could I tell them to go read Boundaries or something like that? No. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start answering these questions because I think this is a great opportunity to do that. So how do you stop being a people pleaser? Well, there are two things that came to my mind when this question was posed. The first one that I try to help people do with boundaries when they're beginning and starting out and doing boundary work is number one, you've got to know who you are. You've got to know who you are. Okay? Because the second one that comes along behind, you got to know who you are, plays into it. You got to like who you are. So number one, you got to know who you are. Number two, you got to like who you are. If you know who you are and you can stand strong where you're at and you like who you are, it's going to be hard for somebody to move you. It's going to take a lot to move you. Because if I like who I am and I know who I am and I like being where I'm at with myself as a person, it's going to be real hard for somebody to come up and make a demand or to criticize me and change my view about who I am as a person. Okay? So that would be my answer. How do I stop being a pleaser? It's those two things. When it comes time to say no, hey, no, well, you're being selfish and self-centered. Well, that's your opinion, but my opinion of myself is differently. That's somebody who knows themselves and they can stand where they're at. And the other person may look at you and think, and what's happening really is they're getting upset with you because you didn't say yes and you said no instead. And they've got a problem with your no. Guess what? That's a problem they're going to have to figure out how to deal with, because if you say no and I meant what I said because I don't want to do that, I don't like doing those things, and you can talk to them and say that I don't like these things. I don't like doing that. I don't want to do that. Okay. They may try to disrespect your no. And you'll know that they're disrespecting your no when you say something like no and they start trying to nitpick at you. They start coming at you and they start challenging you and they start criticizing you and they start saying all these things. When you're being a people pleaser and you say yes when you wanted to say no, you're trying to take ownership of how the other person feels. You're trying to take responsibility for making them happy by saying yes. The problem with that is you have left yourself out. You are not taking care of yourself. And like I said before, you'll end up with anger and resentment and some other negative feelings. The anxiety comes in. Long term, you're going to become depressed. So, to reiterate what I said in the beginning of the video, anxiety, depression, anger, resentment, all of these things are related to how you take care of yourself in relationship to another person. Examine your relationships, take a look at them, see if there's some underlying root cause of you being able to draw a boundary with other people in your life and at your workplace and with family or with others, and see if there's a connection there. Write it down, put it in a journal, something like that, and see if you can help unlock that piece of the puzzle for you in your life. If not, you can always contact me here in Winter Park, Florida, near Orlando. Phone number here is 407 647 7005. And one of our staff would be more than happy to put you into a teletherapy session with me. Unless you're local, you can come make an appointment to visit and we can talk it over. See if we can come up with some solutions to what you're dealing with. And we'll go from there. Thank you for tuning in to my channel. Take care. Bye-bye.